Okay, what's good, Lottery Stocks fam? We are back. I was just in Florida. I took a flight out. That's why I didn't upload the past 3 days. I did throw up a little bit of an upload the second day I got there on the 4th of October, talking about the jobs report and what's happening with the market and just a little bit of context as to where I was and what I was doing. I got out just in time. We left very early this morning. I'm off of 3 hours of sleep. Today, I'm going to talk about what's happening for the week ahead, what trades we can take, and I really want to talk about GameStop and AMC's chart because it's been a little bit, probably the longest it's been since I didn't update you guys, and some things have played out very well. First of all, obviously there's a Category 5 hurricane heading towards Florida, or hitting Florida as we speak. It is dropping to a Category 4. Overall, the second worst in history, I believe, with winds up to 175, all that crazy stuff. I'm not a weatherman, but we did film some footage. I'm going to be putting that on a different channel. If you guys care about vlogs or my life in the behind the scenes of making money, I'm going to be doing that because I know some people don't want to see it, and that's completely fine. Overall, pray for the people in Florida. Let's talk about the market today and what we can do. So, first of all, the CPI for September is scheduled to be released Thursday, October 10th, which is ultimately one of the biggest catalysts we have that is going to move the SPY, as well as the jobs report. So that's something to pay attention to as well that will affect the SPY. And obviously, war is still happening, so we have to keep that on the back burner. The Chinese market has been falling, but it could just be profit taking. So there are plenty of things that we have to focus on. But what do the charts say? What do the technicals say? The SPY, what I see happening, it has been trading in this range, consolidating, and plenty of times it has consolidated and made its move down, or has consolidated back here and made its move up, right? There are plenty of scenarios where this is going to happen, and obviously this will rely partially on the data. But here are some levels that you have to know. If the SPY gets above 573.75 and opens above that, the SPY is extremely bullish, but it will be hugging the bottom of this ascending resistance trend line unless it gets over. Again, if it breaks above that, opens above that, but also closes and opens above this trend line, the SPY is looking extremely bullish, and my first price target will be 596.75. Okay, so that's what you can mark for the SPY. However, once we get a break of structure, if we get a break of structure at 565.85, mark that. Again, if we close under 565.85, the SPY is likely, in my personal opinion, to come back down to 555.30. Okay, below that level, and I would also call that as potentially weak support. Below that level, you see 543.25, and that's essentially the first negative level I'm watching. So 543, or you come up to 596. Now, I want to touch on GameStop. First of all, Algert Global LLC purchased a new position in GameStop during the second quarter in its most recent disclosure with the SEC. The institutional investor purchased 40,626 shares of the company's stock valued at approximately over $1 million. Another thing I wanted to jump over to before we correlate this to the charts, jump into the charts, is lots of premium being loaded up on GameStop call options and being held for November, at least as of right now. GameStop, what happened? I actually have good news for the charts, even though we have been scaling down. Obviously, we hit the top of this flag. After we went to the bottom, we hit the top. Once again, got rejected off the top, and now we're coming closer to the bottom. At this point, you're at the mid-range, mid-level at $20.80 or so, which I would consider the mid-range of this flag, in which you have equal upside, equal downside, give or take some pennies, right? Overall, the cycle that has been playing out, you can see GameStop played out this part right here, then it got that spike, then it has been scaling down, and what I can tell you is once GameStop hit this high that it hit back here, so this high that it hit back here, and used it as support, GameStop saw upside from here. In other words, it didn't break below this. So what you could see with GameStop is this little curl before that next leg up once again to bring us back up to at least 25, if not even higher. Overall, I see upside with GameStop, even if it means it comes up, comes back down, and then goes up again. I don't see it, at least right now, breaking under $20.60 or so. So that's the good news that I see happening here. AMC, a lot of stocks, why do you say it's going to sell off? I just give you what is in front of my eyes and what the charts are telling us, and it came out to fruition, came out to its AMC, came down to that 419 level, just like we called out, with an inverted cycle, right? You saw this flush, and while I was gone, The flush followed through. We called it out. But what does this mean? What does this ultimately mean where AMC is going to go? Well, if I show you the bigger picture and actually bring in the full inversion of the cycle, what this means next is that AMC will have, let me pull it up right here. AMC will have a major move. Okay, we have seen parts of the cycle play out inverse and other parts play out positively. In other words, AMC is going to have its largest flush that it's had in a while, or it's going to have its largest move right here. And I'm not one to tell which direction it's going to go, but right now is the last point before that decision, and I think we see a catalyst pretty soon. So that's where we're sitting with AMC's chart. Very simple, very short, very sweet, simple to the point. And obviously Tesla, that's going to bring up Tesla because the CPI report as well as the robotaxi event are lining up, and then Tesla is going to have their earnings. We gave a potential outcome for Tesla to play out the rest of this long-term flag here, and which would ultimately mean negative news on the robotaxi event. First level being 226 on Tesla, and we only get 226 if we break under 237.45-ish or so and close under that. But Elon might get the benefit of the doubt, and the only reason I say that is because a lot of times on the earnings we have seen some sort of not what we want to see or hear from Elon, but since this is a specific event, I assume there will be some good things said and Tesla will get that breakout. Okay, so you have two scenarios here, and those were the levels for the drop. If you break under 237, then you come down to the next support 226, and ultimately next support at 204, and you will be building essentially a head and shoulders at that point, and Tesla will be bearish for probably quite a while until mid 2025. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you break out above 268. Tesla gets right up to 295 without a sweat during that event to 315 within a week or two. So very much so you're going to see volatility over there. Nvidia did not play out bearish case scenario. It faked everybody out and is doing extremely well, closed above 122, came above the ascending resistance level, and then came up, broke above recently this level at 130.50. Okay, what does this mean? Lottery stocks. Personally, Nvidia, in my opinion, is coming up to 135 without a doubt. It would be easy calls. I don't know what the IV is. I didn't look at it. It would be easy calls up to 135. If Nvidia gets rejected around 135, 135.35, that is, again, a potential weak resistance. And Nvidia could come up to 141. This is just what I see happening. Obviously, these are the levels that you could see. So 135, 35, 141, 150. And as of right now, Nvidia is extremely, extremely bullish and may carry the market on its back. A couple last things on top I want to talk about. A Russian court has frozen 372 million in assets held by JP Morgan Chase and BNY Mellon at their Russian branches, locking down the funds. And Warren Buffett sold more Bank of America. He just sold 9.5 million shares of Bank of America, which means he sold over $10 billion in Bank of America in the past couple of weeks, and his ownership is now below 10%. Overall, banks are still in trouble, and you're seeing a crunch happening. Lastly, again, guys, send out some more prayers for the people that will get hit with these hurricanes. Don't forget, I don't have the channel up yet, but don't forget that I will be making that channel for vlogs, podcasts, just extra things that don't involve necessarily making money, shooting trades at you guys, and just putting money into your bank. It's more so for entertainment, education, educational conversations, and just fun, seeing the background of my life. However, if you want to talk stocks, if you want to talk finances, if you want to follow my trades as soon as I enter them, and overall just vibe with me and vibe with the most amazing people, get in the Discord. I charge very, very cheap. It's not like the other Discords, and if you're not in any, I urge you to get in this one. Basically a big group chat with people who are trading, trying to become financially free like yourself, and you can learn a lot in there. Another thing to note, since the month just started, that Moomoo link in the description, we started the trading challenge. First trade, easy snipe. I didn't close the trade yet because we have far expiration. I kind of want to see where it goes, but we did get a Google put. It was already up $114 in profit on the first trade in the 3K account. So that's one thing to note. But overall, if you don't want to follow that, again, we are using Moomoo's platform, and if you use my link, open an account through them, and deposit into your account, you're getting up to 15 free stocks and earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. On top of that, you're getting level 2 order book data, all that other good stuff, all those tools for free. So again, use the link and make sure if you did sign up through my link, deposit into your Moomoo if you have just been leaving it there. And my custom indicators at the top of the video, which a lot of people are enjoying. The more people that get it, the more people that tell me they enjoy it. So go get it, level yourself up, add it to your TradingView charts. That is it, guys. So I'm sorry I was gone. I'm back. Yeah, let's make some money together. Love you all. Lottery Socks out.